Progressive Learning is an innovative distance learning and mentoring program that supplements and reinforces classroom instruction. Academic coaches, all of whom are experienced teacher mentors, work from their homes. They are connected via computer with students in their respective schools. This project was underwritten by Epson America through cash and product contributions. We had a wake-up call from the teacher of our son Max, and Max was having some problems at school. I thought that the best thing I could do for him would be to see how I could help him academically. Worked with him one-on-one, and as any teacher would know, that did produce a very spectacular result. The next step was that I hired a tutor for him. And the instruction to the tutor was, I never want you to meet my son. I want to see if we can do this at a distance.
The student every day has someone with whom they can talk. And it's over the line. They never see that person. And in many ways, I have felt very strongly that the anonymity of the computer adds to what is happening.
And they have the online teachers, they have a chance to, get feedback on the work they did before and explain, this is giving me trouble, that's giving me trouble. And then the online teacher asks them about them personally, too.
It's good because I get all my aggravation out, just tell her everything how I feel. It makes me feel better.
You can definitely be honest with them. And like I said, you talk about life, too, not just schoolwork.
All of our kids come to us because the district, for one reason or another, is unable to serve those kids.
An at-risk student is a student who has a variety of problems. It could be that socioeconomic problems, split families. We have a lot of students who are coming from drug-infested areas, gang-infested areas, one-parent homes, a lot of kids coming out of lockup. Basically, we take the kids that have shown to have behavior problems.
So they represent the most challenging kids. And we thought that that would probably be the best place for us to introduce progressive learning, because if we're able to show effective results with that population of students, then we know that we can help kids just about anywhere. When I would ask adults to what they attributed their success, invariably everyone I asked would tell me a very similar story, that there was always one adult in their life as they were growing up who made a difference. Often it was a parent, but not all the time. It could have been a relative, a neighbor, a friend, a teacher, a counselor, but usually one individual's point is singled out. And it made me think how important that intervention was, that it was so important that it should never be left up to chance.
They opened their soul to the computers, basically. They didn't have anyone to judge them, so they constantly would tell everything. And then I'm communicating with the online teacher, and I'm finding out more and more about this kid.
You talk to them, they tell you how you're doing, if they're going to move you on to the next unit. You can talk to them about basically anything.
She helps me out. She's like a big sister to me.
I gotta tell you, it's amazing. I didn't know what to expect. I'm very much a one-on-one, face-to-face person, and I didn't know what it would be like to communicate with somebody I wouldn't see their face. I have no idea what these kids look like, and I'm truly attached. It's amazing. I'm touched. I don't really know how else to say it.
We had one situation here not long ago with one student, and it had been going on for some time. I won't go into exactly what it was, but she never talked to any of us here. We have resource specialists, we have psychologists. She never talked to anybody. And because she talked to one of the online teachers, we were able to give her some help.
Very often, they're not going to open up with someone sitting there because they don't know, are you going to contact my parents? Are you going to punish me for this? And most of our kids expect punishment more than anything else. But with this system, there is someone interested. There's someone paying attention. There's someone really listening and feeding back to them and not judging them.
Progressive Learning brought the arts component to the Academy of South Bay about 2 months ago. I have 8 students in our visual arts, which is a photography component. The students get digital cameras, which they take home. They're given assignments each week by a mentor photographer.
What happens is that Epson has given the program digital cameras, which is a wonderful resource. So the kids go out and shoot assignments, which I give them weekly. I asked them to go out into their world, and I wanted them to go to the place that made them feel good. Go to a place where you want to think and be by yourself, either because you're in a good place or a very bad place, and photograph that, and photograph it with the feeling that you have being there. And the images are astounding.
What I really learned about the arts component is how much pride these kids brought about where they're from. They really wanted the online teachers to see where they sleep. They had a bedroom project, and I remember them coming back that Monday morning, and all of them had their cameras. Hey, this is my room. This is my room. Oh, this is my bird. This is my cat. And I'm like, wow. These kids wanted to tell somebody this.
Kids are dying to do the arts, and art is unfortunately a component of education which has been lost recently. And bringing it in here at Progressive Learning has given these students a chance to experience art again. And when they experience, they keep going.
It's like watching a cocoon just let a butterfly out. Some of these kids, you watch them and they just take so much pride in what they do.
We have another component in our program in addition to academic coaches, which is quite interesting and quite unique, and that is the career mentoring component. Whenever we identify a student as having either a talent or a desire to pursue a certain vocation, we will find a subject matter expert in that field or professional to work with them.
His name is Doug. He's a special effects supervisor, and I want to be like in the special effects business, pyrotechnics in the movies and stuff like that. And he's given me like good schools I could go to for it, and like stuff I need to do to accomplish what I want to do later on.
It's not an easy program. We ask a lot of these kids. We ask more in most cases than has ever been demanded of them before. And to our surprise, almost without exception, they respond very, very well.
It's a great thing to see these kids when they're sitting there working for an hour, because most of them have never even turned in a homework assignment in 2 years.
My grades are looking better than they was at the school.
I think I am kind of doing better. My grades lifted up some more. That's the way I'm trying to go.
I want to put forth 100% effort, so it's made my grades increase, and my behavior here has been great.
Last interim I got 5 A's, 1 B, and 1 C.
And Mr. B said I had the highest improvement in math that he's ever seen.
Just recently, we retook our ABLE test, which is our indicator for improvement over the 6-month period of time that our students are with us here in Progressive Learning. Our ABLE tests at this particular site have gone up in every single subject area. We're very happy with the results. We're seeing dramatic increases.
After 6 weeks, middle school students in the Compton School District showed a 1 grade level improvement in reading and a 1 1/2 grade level improvement in math. Their Stanford 9 test score improvements were 145% in reading, 98% in math, and 45% in language.
I had a call from a district, and they let me know that all the kids that we sent back were on the honor roll.
Epson has pledged that wherever Progressive Learning goes, that they will provide the equipment. And as you know, these kids can't do this distance things without the scanners, without the digital cameras, without the printers and the computers.
I'm trying to set the foundation right now for the future and post-high school, so I'm really starting to look into that stuff, which it wasn't even crossing my mind before.